Have you ever wondered, I'm meeting with Josh and Jen or one of the staff, and what is this? What are we actually doing? We're following the ministry model of Christ. And in John chapter 6, he goes out and he is teaching on the mountainside, and it's time to eat, and there's all these people there, and he does a miracle. He feeds them from a boy's lunch. And this was a big group, thousands of people, like 5,000 plus. And it's that big group setting. There's a lot of hype, there's energy, there's food, there is kind of group teaching, and you just don't get there's not an emphasis on the personal. Well, then we see over in John 11, when Mary and Martha and their brother Lazarus died. And these folks aren't like part of the 12 disciples or anything, but they're part of Jesus' followers. They're some of the many people that Jesus encountered. And he had a lot of personal encounters with a lot of people, and he helped them, he served them, he loved them, he gave to them, he brought Lazarus back from the dead. He did a lot of things with a lot of people. And his love wasn't limited. It wasn't reserved only for a special few. It was for many people. Many people saw, many people had some amazing experiences with him. Then in John 13, this is when Jesus washes the disciples' feet. It's a very much smaller group, 12 guys and Jesus, and it's a very intimate setting. It's this group of guys. They walked and they talked. They learned as they went. They traveled with him. They saw him daily. They were up close and personal in the ministry, and seeing the miracles that Jesus had done. And these guys, they just really were kind of right there. They were right there with him. Then we look over into Matthew 26, starting in 36. It's when Jesus is going into the garden to pray. And this time he took Peter, James, and John. And these three guys, they are 3 of the 12. And again, Jesus loved those crowds of people. He just loved and served them, but these 12 had an upfront and close view of Jesus, but these 3 had a very unique relationship to Jesus. And why these 3? Why not somebody else? I don't know. Maybe it's just because Jesus is God and he can see how their lives are going to play out, and he knows their leadership, he knows their personalities and the things about them why he picked these 3. I don't know if we're supposed to know, but there's these 3, and a lot of times it's our human nature. We don't like the idea of favorites, and are these his favorite, and then we just kind of struggle with that. And I don't know if we need to know, but there are these 3. Even these 3 he picked out from among the 12. Okay, so then back in John, in chapter 19, this is when Jesus is literally on the cross at this moment. And this has always been so unique, kind of amazing to me, is that out of all the people, out of the 12, and out of those 3, here's John. And John, basically, Jesus gives him the place in his family as he's going to be the one to take care of Jesus' mom on earth, as a son. And he took Mary into his home to care for her. And it's crazy, John stepped in as son in that way that Jesus knew he wasn't going to be there, like John would be. The thing is, we're meeting with people out of the groups and big events and things that we do, and we start meeting with people, and why we meet with you? I mean, is there a reason why? Do you know why? I don't know. And then we spend more time. There's people that we see way more often than others. And there are some who have become like us. Like we could disappear off the face of the earth and they could take our place. And that's discipleship. So at the end of John, Jesus said, just as the Father sent me, I'm sending you. So think about that. So all the things that we've seen in Jesus' ministry, the way he does ministry, the places he goes, the things that he does, the miracles, he talks to the groups, he feeds the people, he heals the people, he helps the people. He has all these personal encounters. He has his 12 disciples who are walking and talking and like eating with him daily. And then we have those three, and those three have this more even unique relationship to him. And then he has John. Jesus is talking to the disciples now. He says, just like God sent me to do all those things, everything you've seen me doing this whole time, I'm sending you now to do those things. That's your job. And that's what we're doing. At the end of the day, if we were to disappear off the face of the earth, our hope, our desire is that the people who have been around us, who've really gotten in there to the place where they know us, they're like us in ministry. Not to be like us in personality or like us in things we like. It's nice to share those things, but that's not what this is about. We're not trying to personality make people. We're trying to make people see the life and the likeness and be in the image of Christ. I mean, that's what happened with the life of the disciples and John taking his place as son. And we don't have to all like the same thing. We don't have to all do the same things. We might have political differences and all the things. But the same way that God sent Jesus to do this work, Jesus is sending the disciples, the same way that you've been meeting with us, we've been training you, teaching you, helping you, feeding you, all those things, then the goal or the hope is that you will go out and you will do the same things that we see here in the Bible.